yogis and athletes. My name is Maple and I wanted to bring you this brief tutorial for Tortoise Pose, Kurmasana in Sanskrit. So it's a really good back stretch, hamstring stretch, shoulder stretch. So before you begin, I really hope that you take some downward facing dog, some Uttanasana forward folds, ragdoll pose, gorilla pose, some really juicy things to stretch the back and the hamstrings. So basically the whole back line of your body, get it all stretched out. And if you're ready to begin this beautiful shape, we will start seated with the sit bones in the ground. Take your heels as wide as your mat so that your knees are in line with your hips. And then from here, we're gonna bend those knees up. Heels are gonna be in the ground, so flex your toes up really strong and then extend through your side bodies, ribs separating, lifting up off of the hips. Pull your navel in so you've got some core engagement. Reach up tall, try to keep all this extension in your torso as you hinge from the hip creases and reach forward in between your legs. And you can start squeezing those inner thighs in towards your ribs and your shoulders right here. And then it's taking the arms, we're gonna tee them out underneath with the palms face into the ground and try to hug those shoulders in, or rather the hamstrings, the legs, the knees in, so that you're close up to your shoulders, as high up as possible. And from here, we're gonna start to lengthen our legs forward. Let the weight of your hamstrings and legs come down and press and hold down the arms. And then keep flexing through your toes. Keep the knees, the hamstrings, and the toes facing you. And then you can rest your chest on the ground if you reach. Maybe your chin, forehead, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And stay active in the legs for sure. Take a couple of breaths. We want our heart to be open, collarbones wide. And when you've had enough, the awkward part for me is always coming out. So I like to press into my heels, start to lift up my knees, slide my arms out, and gently just support my spine back upright. And then I like to sit in Sukhasana, cross-legged or cross-ankled, and just take a moment to breathe, maybe close the eyes. Let all of that energy that just shifted around the body, the blood flow, just settle in, take it all in. But if you're ready and you'd like to try a couple different variations, what I like to do is also suggest a couple of blocks. So if you're brand new to this, then start the same way with the heels wide so the knees are open as wide as your hips, and then plant your feet, the heels anyway, and lift the toes, and you can slide some blocks up, and you've got all these different levels on the blocks. You can start to lengthen the legs supported by those blocks. Get the torso extension, breathe in, and exhale, fold and reach. And this might be as far as you make it, no matter if you're using blocks or not, and that's fine. One of the things about this shape is just acknowledging your own sweet body's limitations, when to back off, honor yourself, and you've got to really listen in and tune in. And after you've done that for a while, might be weeks, who knows, months, years, you can start to shift down to a different level of the block. And then eventually you might get to where you don't need the blocks at all, or maybe you roll up a towel under the thighs for a little support. And it's just really getting that strength and length, the stretch in the hamstrings, and then also, of course, in the shoulders so you can get flatter towards the ground. Another option is to take a block and support, or a bolster, and support under your chest or even under your forehead for a while until you start getting comfortable in whatever bits in your body you're working on comfort in. Nice, well I hope that was helpful. And thank you for being here. Here's the front view really quickly before you leave. And go ahead and comment below if this was helpful at all for you. I'm just gonna nap right here. I'll see you next time. Bye.